the U.S. Department of Defense. And that's why, up until now, you see the news right and left. We can never forget 9/11. They have moments of silence every year, the same day. And up until now, the media is still talking about it. Why? So many atrocities happen every day. But why 9/11? Because 9/11 towers represent something to them. Likewise, what about Jannat Al-Baqee? What about the grave stars of our holy Masumeen? 4 out of 12 imams, they do not have shrines. They do not have proper graves. Is that fair? No. I present to you and I ask you this question. What if, just imagine, what if the Arlington National Cemetery here in Washington, D.C., the place where they keep all the respected veterans, what if that place was desecrated, bulldozed, demolished? What would the American people do? Wouldn't it be all over the news? Yes. What about the desecration of the graves of the family members and the companions in Al-Baqee? How come we're not seeing this type of coverage? It is enough is enough, brothers and sisters. We are here standing today to say enough is enough. We need for this to stop. We're going to do anything and everything to make sure that this oppression goes unheard. And what I say is this: if the extremist ideology is strong enough to get rid of the graves and erase the graves of our imams, then it is not surprising that today we find bloodshed and killing everywhere of normal Shia Muslims, Christians even. It is not surprising that the mosques are desecrated in the month of Shahr Ramadan. It is not surprising that the Christians are killed in their own places of worship, the churches. But the tragedy all started because of the tragedy of Jannat Al-Baqee. And this is something that we have to create change. Allah restored, only then can we expect that the Shia of Ahlul Bayt will gain the dignity. But one thing I can say, brothers and sisters, this ideology was not born today. This ideology was not born, the Wahhabi ideology was not born yesterday. It was born 1400 years ago, right after the departure of the Prophet. This Wahhabi ideology was present. It was present on the day of Karbala. It was present on the day of Saqifa. It was present on the day Sayyidah Fatima Zahra's house was attacked. It was present the day where Fadak was confiscated. It was present in the day of Waqi'at al-Harra. Up until today, killing one imam after the other. Is it surprising that we see that their graves killed? That their graves are erased? Sorry,
Al-Baqee, Al-Baqee! Al-Baqee, Al-Baqee! Al-Baqee!
I end with these words. Their agenda is clear. They wish to bulldoze not just the graves, they wish to bulldoze the teachings of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, the pure teaching. They wish to erase the religion of Islam. But as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يُرِيدُونَ لِيُطْفِئُوا نُورَ اللَّهِ بِأَفْوَاهِهِمْ وَاللَّهُ مُتِمُّ نُورِهِ وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْكَافِرُونَ. They wish to turn off the light of Allah, the light represented and manifested in Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, but by Allah, they will never do that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will defeat the kuffar. And in the words of Sayyidah Zainab alayhi salam, as she stood before the tyrant of her time, and she said, Wallahi la tamhu dhikrana, by Allah, you will never erase our remembrance. Even if you try to erase these graves, inshallah, we'll get these graves restored with 4 bright shrines soon, inshallah. But no matter what, they will never erase the remembrance of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. وَلَا تُمِيتُ وَحْيَادًا. You will not kill the remembrance. وَمَا أَمْرُكَ إِلَّا صَمَدْ وَلَا أَيَّامُكَ إِلَّا عَدَدْ. Your days are temporary, O tyrant. Yes, the sorry days are temporary. This is just very little, inshallah, soon. The faraj and the fath will come qareeb, inshallah. Free, free Al-Baqee.
Al-Baqee, Al-Baqee!
Free, free Al-Baqee.
Al-Baqee, Al-Baqee!
Terrorists, terrorists! Terrorists, terrorists!
Terrorists, terrorists! Terrorists, terrorists! Terrorists, terrorists! Terrorists, terrorists!
Okay, I wanna encourage one youth from the community, Kareem Hassan. to come and express his views in the form of poetry. Please welcome him with a loud salawat. Salawat.
Here we are, all together, and whether you're here because the crowd of people attracted you near, or the loudspeaker you could hear, we are all gathered in front of this embassy where we are defending our sacred landmark, Jannat Al-Baqee, from the Saudi. Doing evil is all your decision, and I envision you all in prison. Destroying Baqee, you chose it. All your actions, you chose it. Imagine if we came to your embassy and bulldozed it. Wow. You think you can do whatever you want. You care for nobody. You just sit there and taunt. Who do you think you are? Who? I assume evil is all you consume because you are what you eat. You brought doom upon our master's sacred tombs. You may think, why do you care? It's just 4 graves. Well, those graves are worth more to us than life because we're slaves to our God. Now, do you know how you behaved? Look back at your attack. You should ask for forgiveness, but feelings is something you lack. The difference between me and you is my heart isn't black. Who would do that? Who would have the nerve? The heritage of Baqee we must preserve. Graves are what these sacred 4 deserve. We can't just sit back and observe. We have to take the step up because our God is who we serve. We have to take the step up because our God is who we serve. Now, I don't want to boast, but you guys are pretty engrossed by the most. Now, I'll pause for a bit. You can't stress enough on how blessed the graves were. I can't rest, but I have to confess I've never been there. But I know that it used to be such a heavenly sight, a place where God would shed his light. Now it's darkness, destruction, and fright. We have to rebuild, stand up for those who were killed. Sitting back is just as bad. We can't stray away from the right path. We can't let ourselves be controlled by the devil's wrath. This isn't something you can solve with math. This is something we have to take into our own hands and make a change, take no other commands. Do it for the community as it continues to expand. I want all of your minds to be open. I don't want anybody pick and choosing. We all have to do our share, so help the community in being aware. Your actions you declare, at least care. Now, I hope you all agree that we have to see a line. Everyone's together, no one falls behind. We have to protest with our voices combined. This is why we are holding up these signs, and I hope we can become a better community so together we can rebuild Jannat Al-Baqee.
Al-Baqee, Al-Baqee, rebuild Al-Baqee. Al-Baqee, Al-Baqee, rebuild Al-Baqee.
Al-Baqee, Al-Baqee,
rebuild Al-Baqee.
Saudi ISIS are the same.
Only difference is the name.
Saudi ISIS are the same.
Only difference is the name.
Saudi ISIS are the same.
Only difference is the name.
Saudi ISIS are the same.
Only difference is the name.
My fellow Americans, I am thankful that you were able to pass the message. But ironically, that message probably went on deaf ears over there. If I could request you one more time, again, please ask them to come and take this letter. It's not going to harm them, not physically at least. I'm pretty sure it's going to harm them emotionally. USA!
USA! USA! USA! USA! USA! USA! USA! USA! USA! USA! USA! USA! USA!
Ambassador Al-Saud, you and your representatives are inside.
Al-Baqee! Rebuild Al-Baqee! 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 Rebuild Al-Baqee!
Al-Baqee! Al-Baqee!
Rebuild Al-Baqee!
Al-Baqee! Al-Baqee!
Rebuild Al-Baqee!
Okay, I'm gonna read this letter. Hopefully that will, realize Americans over here understand. Okay, hopefully you're not getting money from these guys, these dirtbags. Okay, Ambassador Abdullah Al-Saud, listen to this. Al-Baqee organization is a coalition of American Muslim citizens committed to the defense of the religious heritage around the world. we have consistently petitioned the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the protection, restoration, and conservation of all Islamic heritage sites. The website for our organization is www.baqee.org. Our protest today is in response to your government's systematic and egregious promotion of violence against religious minorities in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This violent agenda has led to the desecration and disappearance of holy sites and relics. Pilgrims to Mecca and Medina have been brutalized and discriminated against through abusive sectarian profiling under your government's authority. Our primary demands with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia are the following. Stop sponsoring, supporting, aiding terrorism and terrorist organizations. Prevent any funding reaching to such organizations through Saudi-based channels. Immediately halt the destruction and desecration of shrines, graves, cemeteries, relics, and in good faith begin the process of rebuilding the sacred sites to their original beauty. Remove harassing personnel from Jannat Al-Baqee, especially those who initiate argumentative confrontations with pilgrims, paying homage to family members and the companion of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Permit women to enter Jannat Al-Baqee and Jannat Al-Ma'alla. Extend visiting hours and allow pilgrims to recite supplications without any interference. Allow Muslims to pay homage and arrange special events to celebrate the birthdays and mark commemorations of the martyrdom of notable personalities buried in Jannat Al-Baqee. There is a lot more to this. We will publish this memorandum on our website. This is the simple letter. I urge you guys again, have somebody come down here if they have shame to come and accept the issues that they address that belongs to your country. The American citizens, we have the right to demand our rights internationally. You're part of the United Nations. Freedom of religion, freedom of practicing faith is an international human right. You are violating that right. You need to accept our demands to make sure it doesn't happen. Come on, boys, come on. We request you. Pass on the message. Pass on the message.
USA! 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 Come on, guys. You guys can do it. You guys can do it. Yeah, Sajjad, right, please hand it to them. Hand it to them so that they can at least take it and go inside and give it to them.
We're not allowed.
This is not fair. We came here. We are all Americans.
He said not allowed.
Ourselves.
He said not allowed. He said not allowed.
Then you look loud now. Al-Saud terrorist! 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 Al-Saud terrorist! Al-Saud terrorist!
Al-Baqee! Al-Baqee!
Rebuild Al-Baqee!
Al-Baqee! Al-Baqee!
Rebuild Al-Baqee!
Al-Baqee! Al-Baqee!
Rebuild Al-Baqee!
Al-Baqee! Al-Baqee!
Rebuild Al-Baqee!
أعوذ بالله
والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد طيبين الطاهرين المعصومين. I'm not here for a speech, just to thank you everybody for coming. Inshallah, we'll be moving now, inshallah, towards the White House. See, this is the evidence of their akhlaq. Originally, everybody knows that this is international protocol, that when the protesters want to give a memorandum, any embassy, they have to come and receive the memorandum, whether they want to accept the demands or reject the demands. But they have to accept and receive the memorandum. This is international protocol. They don't care about any protocol. They don't care about anything. See, when they can do it here in this country, United States, what they might have been doing in their own country with their own people. Shame on them. MashaAllah, from different cities, from many states, people are here, children, men, women, all people. Everybody is here in this hot weather to show your love to Islam, to the Prophet of Islam, to Ahlul Bayt, and show that you are a human being. You have a human heart, and you came here. Will keep coming, inshallah. I hope, maybe, if they are not receiving our demands or our memorandum, it's fine. Inshallah, maybe in next year they are not going to be here, so we can ask them. Will not be. As I said, no speech. Just wanted to first thank you everybody. Second, ask you to, when you come inshallah next time, bring at least one person with you. Everybody. One. And not about it, since this is not a Shia issue. It is a human issue. Human right issue. So bring anyone who is human being. He may be Shia, he may be Sunni, he may be, you know, he may be Hindu, he may be Sikh, he may be Jew, he may be Christian, he may be atheist, except Wahhabi, he's not gonna come, of course. So bring the human being. Any human being. Inshallah with you, any friend. Because this is human issue. And alhamdulillah, we are proud of American people. American people are just people. They are loving people. People, I'm talking about people. American people are loving people. Justice-loving people. Peace-loving people. When you tell them, they are going to listen to you and they are going to come, inshallah. And you have no idea how much thawab you will get for that and how much thawab you are getting for standing here in this weather and speaking for the truth, for the justice. This is true. The third thing I want to ask you, Brother Sajjad Lakhani has already explained about this one. Look. Good. This, you might be asking, what is this? You can go to www.baqee.org. BAQII.org. BAQEE.org, and you will find this incident support. What you do here, anybody who has been in Saudi Arabia for any reason, especially for pilgrimage, if you face any kind of discrimination, any behavior from them, as they do always, the Wahhabi behavior, so write it here, just one sentence, two sentences, three sentences.
in any language, don't worry about it. And pass this message to other people. We need it. It is very important. Why? Because we are trying to, inshallah, bring them to international growth, inshallah, and justice. So we do that, and inshallah, don't worry about your work. And finally, we are not doing what we want to ourselves. We don't want to part of our responsibility. Nobody who? We are the people who believe in Allah. This is Tawheed, real Tawheed. And we know inshallah one day we are going to go to the paradise where Saddam has gone.
So what's your name?
To achieve this goal of leading the country, mutawakkil tried 10 times to destroy and eliminate the grave of Islam. But in the end what happened? Look at Karbala. Let's prepare to acknowledge that Allah someday needs to beautiful shrine of Al-Baqee. Thank you everyone. Everybody, I know you are our God here. For you, good for you. Everyone together, come along and let's have last few seconds. Al-Baqee! 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 Okay, they're going to be marching towards White House now. I request all of you to please follow the lead banner. The lead banner is right here, American Muslims against terrorism. Follow that banner. The flag in the front. Everybody,